Hey guys, it's Amber Symone coming to you today with my first year of college overview. So I've seen a couple of videos and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to tell everybody how my first year went, also my ups, my downs. So here it goes. So I don't know if all of you know, but I have made a couple videos. I attend UCLA and I am a biology major pursuing a career in medicine, and also I would like to become a plastic surgeon in the near future. But anyways, UCLA is on a quarter system, which is very different from a semester system. We have fall, winter, spring, and if you choose summer also, which is 4 quarters. And this year I will be doing summer school so I can get ahead and try and not be a 5th year. There's nothing wrong with being a 5th year, but I just want to either finish early or on time. So my first year of college. So the transition was actually, it was crazy, but for me, it was a smooth transition. One of my roommates, I went to high school with her. We were in ASB together, so that made my roommate situation so much more nice. And then I actually had 2 roommates. And then my other roommate, she was super chill. Majority of the time, she wasn't there, so we never had any conflicts. We had a conjoined bathroom. I didn't live in a regular hall where everybody shares the same bathroom on the floor. So basically, it was like a suite, and then a bathroom that all 6 of us shared, and I actually really liked it. Honestly, not one time in the year I didn't run into anybody who was taking a shower when I needed to take a shower. I didn't run into anybody who was on the toilet when I had to go to the bathroom really bad. So that was a nice little setting. I would say the transition, I'm an only child. I have no siblings, but I do have a dog named Boomer, and he was always my best friend growing up. And then moving to college, it was like, oh my gosh. At first, I was like, yeah, I want to go to college. Like, I'm going to be so independent on my own. Nobody can tell me what to do. And then I was like, oh crap, Mom, where are you? But at one point, during my fall and spring quarter, my fall and winter quarter actually, I was in a relationship. I was in a long distance relationship. So the transition, it was like I missed my family, I missed my boyfriend, I missed my dog. It was like I missed my bed, I missed everything. And I'm not gonna lie, my entire fall quarter of college, which was the first 2 or 3 months, I want to say, my entire fall quarter, I wanted to go home. Every single second, I wanted to go home. I was like, it was nothing too bad, but me, I keep to myself. I'm not going to lie. And if I don't really know you, I'm not going to be so, in your face. So I was just kind of like, I'm going to go home. Like, I miss my best friend. And it wasn't a terrible experience, but I did miss home a lot. You think you're not going to miss home, but you will. I won't lie, I have made some of the greatest friends. Like, these are lifelong friends. Shout out to you guys. You have made my first year amazing. Amber, get out your feelings. But they are real. They're supportive, intellectually stimulating. They are everything to me. And honestly, when I come back home, I have lost contact with almost everybody. But you know what? God, he does stuff for a reason, and these friends that I have in my life now, they are very supportive. They have made my first year a perfect transition. It's like, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm hungry, or if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, let's go to BCAV, call up one of my other friends. I have another friend who's a YouTuber. You guys have seen her on a previous video. It's like one big family. And also, I want to make this video as short as possible so I can get down to the basics for you all. But not only making amazing friends, when you get to college, the opportunities are endless. You can be anything you want. You can do anything you want. The one thing I would say, for me, college was extremely stressful. Like, I'm not going to lie, from September 2015 to June 2016, I was stressed out. Like, the entire time. Like, even though I had fun times, in the back of my mind, like, oh my gosh, this class, or oh my gosh, this test, like, I feel like it was really overwhelming for me, because coming from high school, the workload obviously is extremely different, but I definitely do not feel like I was prepared for the UCLA workload. And the thing is, it's not the workload, it's because if you think about it, in one class, it's like you may have one homework assignment and then you have 2 tests that depict your entire grade, which is like entirely scary. But as long as you study and prepare, then you will be just fine. The one thing I do in college, I took a lot of naps. But in high school, I took a lot of naps. As you can see, I film YouTube videos and I try and do a lot of things on the side, and I think sometimes it is overwhelming for me. But me, I like to be busy. Like, I don't just like to sit around and do absolutely nothing, because that's not what I did in high school. And coming to UCLA, like, it was about not just your grades, but volunteer opportunities, and like, are you really a true Bruin? And I was like, I am a true Bruin. Like, what do you mean? So I tried to get in everything as like everything I could. I know there's a Black pre-health organization. I didn't attend too many of their events, but I did try and go to as many as I could. There was AEP. I signed up for it. They did amazing things for the youth that I didn't get to participate in, only because sometimes I was home a lot, and they did do things on the weekends. And also there's the African Student Union. I would say like it was like a safe haven for, you know, Black people, African people, Nigerian people, anyone of Black descent, skin color, whatever. It was really cool, because obviously I go to a PWI, predominantly white institution, and there's not too many of us. And I'm saying, honestly, that it's like that almost anywhere you go in the United States. But the one thing I can say is I have made so many different kinds of friends. I have Persian friends, I have Armenian friends, I have Asian friends. I know Asian, that's really broad, but of course, like, I have met so many people from all around the world, which was just so amazing. You learn about different cultures. It's like I traveled everywhere, but I was only in one small place. Like, it was really cool. And I'm saying, even in our classrooms, I learned about people from Chicago. I learned about people from Mississippi, Arkansas. Actually, shout out to my friend from Arkansas, Arky. You already know who you are. And I just think that it doesn't matter, although I do go to a PWI and I am Black myself. I do have my group of Black friends, but at the same time, I have so many other friends. And when you put that all together, it just makes something more amazing than what it already is. All right, enough about friends, because friends, I would say that's the sole root of what made my first year amazing. Because honestly, if I didn't meet anyone and I didn't have any friends, I would be like, nope, this isn't for me. Nope, not at all. But going on to the classrooms, my first quarter, I'm going to break this down real nice and smooth. My first quarter, I had 3 classes, and usually people only take 3 classes at least on a quarter system, or maybe 4 sometimes. And if you're like really crazy, maybe 5. But I had 3 classes. I'm not going to lie, those classes were very, very intense. One class I did have to drop, and at that point I was like, oh my gosh, like, I kind of was like, I can't do this. Not that I can't do the college thing, but I was double thinking, like, do I really want to be a biology major? Do I really want to take 100 math and science classes? But that's what it's all about. And you know what? Right now, for the undergrad experience, it's to weed out the people, to see who are really going to make it to, you know, the med school, to residency, and, you know, who can actually make it through their first year, second year, third year. And then honestly, spring quarter, I kind of was like, snap out of it, Amber. You know, you got this. There will come times that you are just so stressed out. You will change your major about 100 times. But me, I've talked to a lot of people who have switched their majors. Me, I haven't, because honestly, since I was like 2, I was like, I want to be a doctor. And it's been that I might change what kind of doctor I want to be, but it's always I want to be a doctor. So biology, that's all it is really for me. I do plan on minoring soon. I'm not sure in what I want to minor in. I was either thinking something else in the health category, or maybe African American studies, because I do find a lot of interest in that. Speaking of African American studies, I work in, it's the African American department, the Bunch Center, and I don't really do anything specifically with the African American studies itself, but I'm a receptionist or secretary, whatever you want to call it, for this lady, and she works in the main office. And I would say my work schedule, it was extremely flexible, and I did really like it. With my class, she worked around my class schedule. If I had TA office hours, she worked around that. So that was a huge plus. I know some friends who worked in like the Bruin store or the UCLA store, or who worked with food, and sometimes they had to work till like midnight. Other times your schedule's not too flexible. So for me, I can say that was a plus. But when you think about it, work, volunteering, school, YouTube. It's a lot. It is a lot. But so far, it's like along the way, it does get better. It always gets better. And I will say that because my first quarter, I was like, my head was blown off and I was running around with a chicken's head cut off. It was honestly, my first quarter was not, it wasn't that great. But along the ways, winter, I was like, okay. And then, what was the last one? Spring, I was like, yes, I can do this. Like, I felt so confident. You learn from your mistakes. And that's what I did. I was like, okay, you know what? I didn't study that well for that test, so let me do this now. Or I didn't put sticky notes here, so let me do this next time because maybe it helps me. So you just learn along the way. Also, at UCLA particularly, so there's an undie run. Now, let me tell you, in college, it's endless what you can do. Like, college is crazy sometimes. Me, I wasn't a big partier. I would say, like, at least maybe once a month I would go out. And then that's about it. Like, I'd rather just sit in, either simp, watch movies, eat ice cream. I don't know, like, film YouTube videos. Like, that's what I like to do. Versus, we have a thing called Thirsty Thursdays. And let me tell you, Thirsty Thursdays, just know that the fire alarm is going to get pulled. You're going to get woken up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and you're going to have to stay outside until the firemen come, check it out, make sure there's not a real fire, and then you go back inside. I would say that was a downfall, is somebody always pulled the fire alarm. And also on my floor, we had exit signs down the hallway. Not like every single Thirsty Thursday, somebody would come running down the hall. And me, I stay up super late, so I heard it every single time. Somebody would run down the hall and smack down the exit sign. And then there's this thing, if they don't find who does it, then the entire floor gets fined. I was like, you know what, I'm going to put a little camera outside of my door, or next time I'm going to stick my head out. But sometimes I was kind of scared because I was like, what if it's some like wild banshee like running down the hallway and then they see me and then they try and come for me, and I was like, I'm not even in the mood. But overall, I enjoyed my freshman year. I'm so glad I met like a lot of amazing friends. The classes were stressful, but hallelujah, I made it through my first year. School actually ended about a week or two ago. And I would just say you learn from your mistakes and it does get better. The parties are amazing. And even though I do go to UCLA, I don't even know if I should put this in my video, but USC, because it's one of the closer schools to us, when I did go to other parties like USC parties, they were turned also. And honestly, when I actually talk to other USC students, like, we're all super close. Like, even though we have this big rival over the internet, it's like when we talk, it's like, oh, like, your school is dope, or let me follow you on Instagram. And there's no really real life beef, like, oh, I hate you. Like, it's really ridiculous. But overall, I did like my freshman year. My fall quarter was stressful. You will miss home. I did miss home. I have become a lot more independent. Now, I don't really ask my mom for anything. I feel like majority I'm getting the hang of things. Like, even like I did my own taxes and I'm like paying for bills, and like this is stuff like I did not imagine myself doing now. But it's an awesome experience. You meet a lot of different people. It was awesome. Like, the events, the undie run was super fun. Check out my undie run video. I didn't do the last undie run because honestly I was really stressed out after finals and I just wanted to go home. And that's about it. If you want to know anything else about my freshman year of college, about how I like UCLA, about my transition, anything more in depth, leave it down below, and I will make a video specifically for that. So I hope you all enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Amber Symone. Love you. Peace.
UCLA! UCLA! Fight, fight, fight!